Hi everyone, Corey here from Tales from a Polk County Girl, and in this video it's time for my July goals update video. And as you can see, I've changed out the cover of my planner. I've already taken some stuff out of the planner already, so let's just jump into this now. June was an interesting month. Let's flip right to it. I only did reading on a few days during the month. When I said June was an interesting month, I was sick for like 2 full weeks. And I'm lucky I got anything done at all. It felt like I didn't get anything done. It was just bad. So, like, today's July 1st, and I still haven't done DIY Break and Bake for June. So I can't do it for June, but I'm still going to do it because I need the Break and Bake for Christmas. Still haven't looked at the telescope software because, yeah. eBay write-ups and listing stuff on Amazon, all of that is taking a back seat right now, to be perfectly honest. I spent a lot of May and June really thinking about what I wanted out of my life, and as much fun as the side hustles of eBay, Etsy, and Amazon have been, and the blog, I've wanted to be a writer since I was 4, and I've written a lot over the years, and if I want to be a published author, I need to make that a priority. So, as you can see, all the blue, the light blue, teal color is the color I use for writing because it's color I love to look at, so I want to associate it with something happy. I got a lot of writing stuff actually done. I didn't get to work on my Kitchen Adventures book. I just didn't. There's no real reason why. I did get knitting done. I got my monthly cotton color done. Gift cowl pattern test. I really should just write an S right there because I did get it started. I'm just not done with it. And I finally got candles made. Last Saturday, the 23rd, my friend Trish came over, and all of the glass jars we had been saving, all of the half-used candles we had been melting down, we melted everything down and poured it into the jars, placed the wicks, and it's been going great. We ended up making about 24 jarred candles that day. And I'm apologizing for the slight shaking. This tripod snake arm thing that my phone's on shakes really badly. So I did get some stuff done and I am proud of that. But I've also had to just accept that if I really want to be a published writer, other things are going to have to take a back seat right now, and that's going to be eBay, Amazon, and Etsy, with the exception of one upcoming Etsy insert that I'm almost done with. So, where does that leave me with my quarterly targets? Slide this out of the way real quick. You guys know I like giving myself quarterly targets that I then break down into monthly tasks. So, monthly DIY Break and Bake. Didn't get that done, but I'm just going to catch up and do 2 batches in July. In cotton, for 1 cotton color each month, I did actually complete this. I just didn't update this list. I finished the yellow on Thursday night, so that would be June 28th. Gift cowl number 1, I've started it, I have not finished it. And honestly, because this one is the actual pattern test, I may just keep it for myself. Because I'm not going to gift something that has... I tried something different in the pattern. I had an airy garter stitch area, and instead of doing a double yarn over, I just did a single yarn over, and I didn't like the way it looked. And I didn't feel like tearing it out, so I'm not going to gift this one. So I really should just call this Gift Cowl Pattern Test. My genealogy documents that I had designed, I got those up on Etsy. I will link my Etsy shop below if you're interested in those. make candles. I've been looking forward to doing this for months, and it's going to be an ongoing project right now because we have a bunch of wax left over and a bunch of jars to fill. So I'm just going to keep making candles for as long as I can. eBay write-ups, already said those aren't getting done. Maybe when I'm off at Christmas, and I get about 2 weeks off at Christmas from my job. I'm very lucky in that sense. Maybe I'll take 2 days and do as many write-ups as I can. List some books on Amazon. Again, if it was just as simple as scanning the UPC number and listing them, I would do that. But these, I tried that already, and these actually need formal listings like you do on eBay. Edit 1 on Obsession. Obsession is one of my short stories that I am working on. Not only did I get Edit 1 done, which is my read through expansion area, like I read through it once, note where I need to do expansions and write those expansions, but I also got Edit 2 done. Edit 2 is after I've made the revisions, I go through and I reread my short story out loud for flow, and you'd be surprised how much stuff you catch when you reread something out loud. So now I'm on to Edit 3, edit level number 3 for this short story, which means I have given it to my writing group for feedback. Finished setting up my Patreon account. I've mentioned it before. I also have a Patreon account where I am raising money to self-publish a book. There are 2 tiers of it. The first tier is $1, where you don't really get anything, just my sincere thank you. And the next tier, the level 2 tier, is a $5 tier, where for $5 each month you get a 500 to 1,500 word short story written by me. And since this is July 1st, April, May, June, the 4th story went live this morning, and my patrons will have gotten an email about that. So that was awesome. Finished bobbin lace pattern test. I finally did that. The book I'm raising money to try to self-publish is one on bobbin lace, and it's going embarrassingly slow, the work I've done on it, and I think Patreon has really helped kick me in the butt to get started on it and get going on it. So I'm very grateful for my lovely patrons who want to see me succeed. Okay, so that was quarter 2, and we looked at June. Let's slide the planner back over. And before we get into July's goals, I'm going to show you my quarter 3 monthly targets. Now, DIY Break and Bake, because I'm catching up on June, I've listed June there too. So I'm going to be doing 4 batches of cookie dough this quarter. Monthly cotton color, also, again, I have those picked out while I have July's picked out. If you're interested in what I do with my knitting, I have my knitting podcast linked below. It's called Knitting All the Blankets, so you can check it out over there. Finished gift cowl pattern test. I actually got it written correctly this time. Monthly Patreon story. Like I said, every month my patrons get a short story written by me. And while July's is up, I need to finish writing August and get August uploaded so that I don't have to worry about it. And then September and October's need to be written. Baking competitions short story. If you haven't noticed the theme, and with what I've said about writing, I am just focusing more and more on my writing. So there are 3 other areas in the short story that need to be written: round 1, round 2, and the final judging. I've already written round 3. For the most part, it needs to be, polished a little bit and finished, but for the most part, it is done. And then getting back into the novel, I have actually submitted book 1 of my Traveling Knitter series to another publisher to see if they are interested in it. Will Knit to Travel is book 1. Knitting on the Bayou will be book 2. So I need to actually outline that. I thought I was just going to put it on the back burner this year, and for the last few months, you know, that was the plan. But lately I've been feeling like, you know, why don't I just start outlining it, start working on it, and maybe that'll be my NaNoWriMo project. I mean, would that be something you guys are interested in, seeing how I use my planner to plan out NaNoWriMo and do NaNoWriMo? Please let me know. So I really only have 6 targets, which also means I am decreasing the amount of YouTube videos that I'm doing, because videos do take a fair amount of time. You know, I've got to think of content, I've got to figure out props, all that stuff. So it would take even more time if I edited my videos, which I don't. So I'm getting down to really, I go by weeks. So there are 5 weeks in July. First week will always be, first video of the month will always be my goals update. Even though one is split in half because I have 2 knitting, or 2 words are hard. Because I have 2 YouTube channels, I also do my monthly knitting podcast, so that one needs to go out this week, and I'll be filming it later today. Next week will be writing. I'll be talking more about my writing life. I'm going to talk a lot about writing this month, mainly. So I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for the last week yet, though. So I think that's how it's going to be from now on. But I'm still going to talk about how I use my planner and everything, because, guys, you know this thing is my brain. It's how I work. All right, so let's look at what I've got lined up for July. Did my reading log, as always. I'm hoping to read more this month, since I only read 14 times last month. And what I'm reading right now is really dense. So I'm hoping that once I'm done with this book, I can pick up something that's lighter and will go faster. So first and foremost, let's get Break and Bake done. Let's get cookie dough made for Christmas. Kitchen Adventures, I've got a bunch of sections to write for it. Their headings are there. I just need to sit down and write them, so I've given myself the task of writing 3 of them this month. Sugar and Cream Ahoy Ombre is the cotton I'm going to be knitting up. I'm still hoping to look at the software for my telescope. I gave myself another writing prompt of what it was like to make candles, and depending on how long this is, I may also post it as a blog post. Write my August Patreon story, gift cowl pattern test, and baking competition. Write a full round, so round, judging, reaction. So if you let's go back to here real quick where it says round 1, round 2, final. So for round 1, each round actually has 3 sections. You have the round where you're talking about what's going on, then the judging where the judging is happening, and then like on all cooking shows, cooking competition shows, you get a competitor reactions section. So those are the 3 sections: the actual round, judging of the round, and the competitor reactions. So I'm hoping to just write 1 this month. I'm not going to do Camp NaNoWriMo. I'm also not going to do One Book July. I thought about doing One Book July. But I really want to focus on my writing. So no One Book July for me this year. Depending on how things go, I know some people push it to August and will do One Book August. And if I did, I would probably try, I mean, I'm in one book for the most part anyways, but you guys know I have my B6 flex binder, and I may try going down into that for a month. We'll see. I don't know. So that's what I've got lined up for this month. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below. I'll answer them if I can. And if you guys are interested in hearing more about my stories and my writing life and everything, or any questions about that, also leave those below and I'll answer them as I can. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see everybody later. Bye.